All right, so welcome back, guys. This week we've been talking a lot about the economy and the parts of the economy. Today we talked about those types of economy. You saw a video that was on levels of economy, and so this one is going to be about supply and demand, which is a really huge part of the economy, especially here in the United States. Supply and demand, I told you the definition. The definition is the prices are based on what people are willing to pay, and companies make goods based on what people are willing to buy. So think about anything at all that you see in the stores at all. The more you see of it, which means the demand is higher, that people want it, the less you see of it, which means it's lower, and obviously the price is going to adjust accordingly. Remember that hula hoop video that we saw. But today, what I want to do is I want to be able to show you some examples of supply and demand, and then we're going to get on to the superlatives. So let's check those out.
Okay, the first one here we got is it says part of my job is predicting what my customers will want to buy. If I don't think about this, I might not plant enough of the right type of tree. This is so important right here, guys. And the reason why this is important is because you're not going to have enough supply to meet the demand. And remember, the customer decides the demand of a product. So when this guy, let's say this is Christmas trees, which is what it looks like, that if we don't have enough Christmas trees, he's not going to meet the demand, which means he's not going to make enough money. And then the trees are going to have, the price of the trees will go up because of that. Because of this, they won't have enough trees. Now on this next one, what you have here is exactly what I'm talking about. So when we have a high demand and not enough, the price is going to rise. But then when we don't have enough demand and you have too much supply, the price goes down. So the point is to get to this last part where the supply and demand with the ducks right there is exactly the same and you get that equilibrium. I told you guys that in class. So remember, when the demand is high and the supply is low, the price goes up. And when the demand is low and you have a lot of supplies, that surplus, then the price goes down. We're trying to find it right there in the middle. And this last little bit right here is the supply and demand part. Remember, the supply is the total amount of a good or service. The demand is the total amount of a good or service the customer in the market will buy at a certain price. When the supply is low and the demand is high, prices will go up. When the supply is high and the demand is low, the price will go down. All right, so let's go ahead and move on to our superlatives. Okay, our first one's going to come from supply and demand. Most likely to be a power struggle between consumer and retailer. The next one is about a customer. Most likely to change their minds 1,000 times. And finally, most likely to pay more if more people want it.
Okay, I hope this clears up supply and demand. Be ready to go in class tomorrow. Have a good one, guys.